I'm quite petty in arguments. I'm not saying I'm blameless, because I'm not. We went... do you guys ever been on a picnic?
Yes, we have.
Now, that's a romantic thing, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's good that you remember it, Chelsea, because it has no... Oh, yeah, we have. Must have been great. No, we went on I think it's a really romantic, lovely thing to do for two of you to go. I pushed the boat out a bit. I got a hamper from Fortnum and Mason's. That's how we live our lives. I often say to her, we live like lottery winners would live if they weren't imbeciles. Sort of little chats we have at home. But anyway, we went. It was beautiful, and we had a nice time. There's a little bit of food left over, and she wrapped it up. She's quite thrifty, and it was a bottle of one of those plastic bottles of milk, just about that much out the top. So she's putting that in the boot. I said, "Be careful, darling, with the milk, because the tops are a bit tricky on those, and I got books and that in the boot." And she said, "Don't worry, I'm being extra cautious." I actually said, "What's the fucking top on the..." She said, "It's all right." So I drove us back. I'm not making this up. When I opened the boot, it was awash with semi-skimmed. I was absolutely furious. We had a terrible row. I mean, occasionally we have a really... Do you two argue much?
No, we work together too.
You work together?
Yeah.
Wow, and you still don't argue. What do you do?
Digital marketing.
Digital marketing?
Yeah.
There's not much to squabble about, is there really? Be careful, though, because you can die of coziness, I think, in a couple. You know, you don't want to be one of those couples one day you catch yourself in a shop window, you're wearing matching cagoules. A little warning from the wise. We had a terrible row, and it was. I don't like it when we have the real bad ones. I think if you watched us having one of our really bad rows, it would be like watching a band in concert, because we start off with some new stuff. And then we start rolling out our greatest hits. So I'm saying stuff like, "Oh, and here's a grudge of mine you may recall from 2005. So it was having this. There was horrible things being said on both sides. It wasn't pleasant. And suddenly it came to me, it's no good crying over spilt milk. I got a little surge of excitement. I thought, well, I've got to get this in. So I started waiting for an opening, because I didn't want it to get trampled on, you know. And it did occur to me, this is not good, but it did occur to me that I thought it would work at its best, this line, if she was actually crying. So I just upped the ante just a little bit on the row. I referred to a couple of incidents from her childhood I remember she'd shared. I think she said were particularly traumatic. But she was quite steely in her resolve, and in the end I just had to chuck it in, you know, because I might not get the chance to use it again. Didn't go that well. But often you get the benefit in the retelling, I think, with these things. But it was... Don't get me wrong, I think of myself as a romantic person. So I actually heard... This is a weird thing. I actually heard a romantic statistic. You don't hear that very often. This is the record in Great Britain. The oldest couple to get married in Great Britain, the man was 97 and the woman was 87. That is awesome, isn't it? That is the age to be dating, in my opinion. I started dating like most people when I was about 17, 18. I found it completely traumatic experience. I remember I'd seen this girl a couple of times. I was waiting in a wine bar and she was 20 minutes late, and I thought, that's it. She's not coming, she doesn't like me, I'm boring, I'm ugly. I started going through things. I remember thinking, maybe I shouldn't have said I love you on the first date. Especially not in a squeaky voice whilst manipulating the end of my penis to make it look like the little mouth was doing the talking. Something I probably should have helped. It's nice to have something up your sleeve, you know, not up your sleeve, obviously, but something you can bring out for, like, maybe at Christmas, that would have been, you know, through the letterbox at Christmas. Good tidings we bring. Oh, hello, Mrs. Baxter. Is your daughter in? But if my girlfriend had been 87, you know, and she was 20 minutes late, I'd have thought, well, she's probably dead. It's no reflection on me, is it? I'd have been much less stressful.